Welcome back. Episode 26 of Rumors from the Korner. Today is Monday, November 11th, 2024. What's up, buddy? How you doing today?
I'm good. You know, beautiful day outside for a Monday. I don't know how many more of these days we're gonna have left, but I'm holding on to them, man. You know,
This fall's been unbelievable so far.
you know, I can handle the cold. Not real cold, but I can handle a little cold as long as the sun's shining. You know, I don't like them weeks on weeks where we don't have the sun or anything else like that. Because you know me, I need my damn sun. I need that vitamin D.
I do
just
too.
like Mandy does.
Let's jump right in. A little high school action. The playoffs are here. First round beatdowns. Trinity 63, Southern 0. St. X 48, Simon Kenton 13. St. X running back Manny Gray is back. He's pretty much missed most of the year. He had 10 rushes, 124 yards, and a touchdown. They need
What's been
him.
wrong with him?
I'm not really sure, but he hadn't played since pretty much the first week.
Wow. So that's, I mean, if he's healthy, he's going to, he's not going to be tired. And this is a big thing this time of year.
Their running back's been hurt all year, so it's going to help them because they got a big one coming up on Friday.
And you know what? I've got a little pet peeve here. Can I get this off? Why are we playing these first round playoff games? Too many teams in high school football make the playoffs, in my opinion. It lasts way too long. And you've got to agree with me that a team from Hopkinsville who hadn't won 2 games all year don't want to travel all the way to Louisville to get beat by 80. Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
they don't even want to.
I don't think there was any upsets last week, and I think I could be wrong, but I think only 12% of the teams do not make the playoffs.
I mean, in my opinion, it's stupid. I mean, you bring injuries into the deal. You could get done a lot earlier in the season. I mean, come on.
Hey, I'm with you because Manual beat Campbell County 45-0. Male beat Eastern 49-7.
And you know most of these guys aren't even playing in the second half. The starters aren't.
You're right.
I mean, it's great for these younger kids to get experience, but think about if you're Southern. I mean, come on, man. It's 62-0 in the third quarter.
You know what it's all about, though? The money, that gate money, the concession money.
Still.
All of it.
Come on.
Second round this week. St. X, you are on upset alert.
Uh-oh. We got a fellow Tiger.
I mean, I'm just saying they're
putting
going
his own alma mater on upset alert.
They're going to Ryle this week. St. X beat Ryle 31-24. They were up on them big, but Ryle came storming back. Almost tied it up at the end of that game. That is not going to be an easy game. Everyone from Ryle and Northern Kentucky is probably going to be at that game. So that's going to be a tough one.
That will be tough.
Ryle's got a really good quarterback and a really good kind of wide receiver / tight end. So
yeah. I mean, for those that don't know, I mean, you know, this is the old Boone County. You know what I'm saying? Ryle is the new Boone County. When Ryle was built, all the kids from Boone County went to Ryle. Yep. You know, and that's going to be a big game.
Yes, it is. Fern Creek 6-5. Fern Creek is at Trinity, who's 9-2. I see Trinity coming out of there pretty easy.
They should, but don't go in there just thinking you're going to win that game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Fern Creek's got enough athletes on that team to where if Trinity don't bring it, they could get behind. You know what I'm saying?
Great Crossing, who's 8-3, is at Manual, who's 10-1, and Ballard, who is 5-6, is at Male, who is 9-2. That could be an interesting game.
Which one's that? Ballard Male?
Ballard Male, just because Male's beat up.
It could. Ballard will be fired up.
They haven't had the season they wanted. They got to, I think, the semis of state last year, so that might be another one to keep your eye on.
Yep, and I don't know a whole lot about that Great Crossings ball club, but obviously, you know,
Georgetown
that's the old Scott County.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they're going to have plenty. They have plenty of students. They're going to probably have plenty of athletes out there. You know, but Manual, I mean, we've been talking about them all year. I mean, all they do is go out there and win. So I'll be cheering for Manual until they play, unless they have to play Trinity, and then we'll see from there. But man,
good luck to all the teams out there this week.
Yeah, I'm excited though. I think parity in high school football is starting to get a little bit better here.
Let's move on to basketball.
Basketball.
It's weird to say that.
Let's talk about basketball. Oh,
weird to say that.
I love it.
We'll talk about, first off, Tennessee beating U of L down the other day, number 12, Tennessee. Louisville was a 2.5-point favorite. There's 17,000. And
let's talk about that revival, baby.
Where'd you get those? You look good in those.
Hey, I'm a fan. It's revival time.
It is revival.
It didn't start off quite like we wanted to, but
Well,
hey, it's the first game, baby. I'm behind you all.
I've got amnesia.
I'm
not even thinking about it. U of L shot 26.7%.
That SEC defense got him, didn't it?
The worst in Kelsey's tenure, actually, as being a head coach. So we can only look up from here.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, though.
Be honest. Tell me.
Tennessee is a tough ball club, and they are built on big, thick guys. I mean, that was a great test for your team, honestly.
You know what's crazy?
You
know who's got the most wins in the SEC in the last 6 years in basketball?
Tennessee?
I was going to say, they don't wear blue.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, like I said, I would not be disappointed at all. Like you said, you all shot bad. The effort was there. Hey, everybody showed up.
Yep.
It was a great atmosphere. It just kind of stunk. You all got down 8 early. You tried to make a comeback. You just couldn't make any baskets.
It's one of those days. It happens.
It does. What about U of L going off as the favorite in that game?
The night before, it was a 1.5 point. Tennessee was a 1.5 point favorite. And I woke up the next day and it was like 1.5. Then it went to 2.5.
2.5. Yes.
Couldn't believe it.
I couldn't either.
Major steam.
I mean, I don't like. It's so hard for these guys to put lines out on these college basketball games early.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I'm with you.
Hey, and there's some games. I'm telling you. I mean, you can get down. We're talking about North Florida. From the A-Sun.
Yeah.
They're playing really good ball right now.
Get back
to it.
They beat up on South Carolina and
Georgia Tech. Yes. Undefeated so far. But yes, I mean it's hard for these. I mean, they're all brand new teams pretty much.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's fun to watch.
It's the 4th largest defeat in Yum Center history for U of L. And now U of L has lost 13 straight against ranked teams. So we can only go up from here.
Y'all are going to be fine.
I'm not worried about it.
Y'all are going to be fine.
Next game is next week against Bellarmine. Bellarmine's coming into the Yum. So
really?
On the 19th.
What day is that?
It's next Tuesday. So.
UK,
number 19, UK beat Bucknell 100-72. Amari Williams, 13 points, 14 rebounds. Kobe Bree, 20 points. Six threes.
You know what he is right now from the 3-point range?
He's 6 for 8.
10 of 12 in 2 games.
Oh, that's right. You played 2 games.
Yeah, 10 of 12. And this was a kid who was.
What happened to the other 2? Why didn't he make them?
He can't make
He's the greatest shooter since Steph Curry.
You know what? Our old.
One of them was a buzzer, trying to hit a buzzer beater at the end of the first half.
Still counts.
Thank you.
Saying. He said, what were the two misses? I'm just letting you know.
And you know what Coach Cal always said? You can't make them all. You just can't miss them all.
Is that your Coach Cal quote of the week?
Yeah. Coach Calisms.
Next up for the Cats, the Dukies.
I'm going to be there.
Tomorrow night. Duke's a 6-point favorite, I saw.
Too many.
You think?
Too many.
Okay. Where are they playing that game?
Catlanta.
Okay.
Catlanta. I'm telling. Hey, I am so excited about this ball club. I promise I am. I was a little skeptical at first.
You more excited about the UK basketball team or the football team
Oh my God.
that you predicted would go
about?
9-3 or 10-2?
I have amnesia. Isn't that what you said? It's basketball season, baby. I am so excited. I mean, I even looked at Bro Dog the other day, and I'm like, just the way we move this ball, I'm like, I think we're pretty good. I mean, we're going to find out tomorrow for sure.
For sure.
I mean, for sure. But, I mean, you can just kind of tell, though, like, we know what the hell's going on. And we got some guys that can shoot the ball. So, I mean.
Oldest team in America?
They are, yes. They have the most played games by any team in the U.S. NCAA.
We'll see.
We will, yeah. I'm going to look forward to it. As long as I can stay awake.
9 o'clock tomorrow night.
Off about 9:30.
And then we had Bellarmine. They lost 76-71 to VMI. 10-point favored.
Not the way you wanted to start off the whole
No. Just didn't shoot the ball well. It is what it is. We'll get back.
Yeah.
They played hard.
VMI
hit a lot of shots.
They did.
Jack Karinsky scored 24 points. Bellarmine has got Southern Indiana Wednesday.
Is Jack the new transfer we got in?
Yep, from William & Mary.
That's right. Yes.
He's good.
He's a good ball player. You're absolutely right.
He is.
He's going to be fun to watch this year.
Did you get to watch any NFL?
Man, I did not. I mean, I half-assed watched it. I was at the track on Sunday because the Bengals did not play. They played Thursday, obviously. So I went out to the track, had a good time out there, and kind of watched some football. It was a big day for the Dogs. I know that. I mean, week before it was all favorites. A lot of dogs last week. So
let's talk about that Baltimore-Cincinnati game. Baltimore won 35-34. Bengals got up on them. Burrow, he played his ass off, 428 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, good God, 11 receptions, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Let me get your opinion. I mean, we have got to be one of the best, worst teams. Would you not agree?
Well, you easily could be 2-0 against the Ravens. I mean, you probably should have been 2-0. Lamar had 290 yards, 4 touchdowns. Just another week for Lamar.
My hat to him. My goodness.
He is now 10-1 against Cincinnati.
It's unreal, man. Like, we can't even get our paws on him. I mean, every time I think he's going down, no. I mean,
I'm totally biased. He's the best football player I've ever seen.
He's good.
He's unbelievable.
Yes. He is.
And you're right. The underdogs were 10-3 against the spread heading into tonight's Monday Night Football game.
Hey, I heard a good tidbit on another radio show this morning. How about now? This is hard to believe.
Okay.
In the state of Florida, if Miami Dolphins get beat tonight, they will lose all 12 football games, NFL and college teams in Florida.
Oh.
Is that hard to believe?
There's no way it's ever happened.
No way. And that's like the mecca of football.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, how many teams could you name, you think?
I can name
out
a
of the
bunch.
12?
I can name a bunch.
Try.
Florida International, Florida Atlantic, Miami, Florida State, Bethune-Cookman. Who else?
Well, you got some NFL teams.
Oh, yeah. Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, Dolphins. Dolphins are playing tonight.
That's pretty good, man. You hit 9 out of 12. Bethune-Cookman, I didn't even know that was in Florida. That was pretty damn good.
I pulled that out of my ass. Pretty good.
You did, man. I can't think of the other 3 off the top of my head. That's Central Florida.
South Florida, South Florida, Central Florida.
And then there's only one more.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'll think about it.
That's great.
Let's see. Kansas City got lucky as shit again.
Oh my God.
16-14 over the Broncos. They field goal they blocked at the end. The Chiefs last 9 games they've been down in the second half. What do you think their record is? Losing a game in the second half. What do you think?
Oh, you mean like all-time record?
Well, I'll just tell you this: they've won their last 9. They're 9-0
when they're down in the
second half.
That's a testament to their quarterback.
Time's going to run out on them sometime. We're going to talk about their game this week in a second.
I'm sitting up at Bud. This was a great point. I was sitting up at Bud's Tavern having lunch today, and these guys sitting next to me were talking about NFL, and they made a good point. And I thought, you know what? They're right. They're like, the Chiefs are starting to turn into the Patriots. It's getting to be like Tom Brady and you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it's getting to be.
Find a way every damn week to win.
I mean, you know what my old saying is, don't hate me because you ain't me. You know,
that's
you
right.
Know what I'm saying? I mean, like Sugar Shane said this morning, you know what, Bo? Don't be a hater. I'm like, you know what? You're right, Sugar Shane. I'm just jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
That's what it comes down to.
I'm jealous.
San Francisco 23-20 over Tampa Bay. St. Fran's getting healthy again.
They are.
McCaffrey's back.
Yeah.
They're gonna
different ball club when he's out there on the field.
they got a lot of options.
Yep.
Pittsburgh 28-27 over Washington.
That cost me.
What a great game that was.
Well,
Pittsburgh 7-2 now.
My goodness. I mean, this Pittsburgh team, Schittsburg, I should say. Good Lord. They drive me nuts. All they do is win, too. And they're not even that good, in my opinion. Of course, the rubbers get ready to meet the road here with them. Because like I said before, they have not played anybody in their division yet.
It's coming.
It's coming. You're right.
Detroit last night beat Houston 26-23. What a comeback.
Best team in football.
23-7. They were losing at half. I don't know what Campbell said at halftime, but
testament to their coach.
It worked. They are legit.
Love that guy.
This week we have 4 main games to maybe look at here. We got Washington going at Philly. Philly is minus 349.
Philly's been playing great right now.
They're playing really good.
Won 5 in a row. I'll tell you what, though. This is a lean for me. I like Washington catching the 3. In the division, Washington's been there all year. I think this spread, honestly, I was thinking it probably would be 6, closer to 6. When I saw 3, that made my ears perk up. I'm taking the Commanders plus the 3 on the road in the division.
Yeah, it looks almost too good to be true.
It does.
I will say this: Washington is 7-0. This is a key stat. Washington's 7-0 against teams under 500, and 0-3 against teams over 500.
Ooh.
So
yeah,
that's quite a trend, right?
It
there.
It is.
We got Baltimore.
But you know what that tells me, though? They're beating the teams they're supposed to beat.
Yep. You're right.
That's all you can do.
Sign of a good team.
That's right.
Baltimore is minus 3 and 47.5 at Pittsburgh this week. That should be a hell of a game.
Mm-hmm.
We got Kansas City's going to Buffalo.
Yes, they
Buffalo is a favorite, minus 2.5, 45.5. And we talked about this 2 or 3 weeks ago on the show. Mahomes' record as an underdog. I think
it's
I
crazy.
think he's 12-1-1 against the spread now. So beware on that one.
Proceed with caution.
Beware of that one. And then this Sunday, we got Cincinnati going to Jim Harbaugh and the LA Chargers.
Is that a night game?
8:20 Sunday.
Oh, gosh.
Chargers are 1-47. Harbaugh's got them playing ball.
He does. He's a hell of a coach.
He is.
That's That's going to be fun.
All right, let's turn our attention to college football.
College football.
Both teams are on a bye last week. Pretty interesting week.
It was. I didn't do like I think I gave out 2 games last week because I didn't really necessarily like the slate too much. Georgia was one of my picks. You liked Ole Miss.
I did.
You were right on that. Ole Miss took care of the Bulldogs. I did like the under in the Vandy game. That hit relatively easy. Vandy only scored 7 points, but I would have thought Vandy would have kept it a lot closer. South Carolina did a great job after that big win, going on the road to Vandy and take care of business. I mean, I can't. I'm surprised. Good. I'm surprised they're not ranked.
They are ranked.
They are. I didn't see that.
Yep.
What are they now?
I think they're number 23.
I thought Missouri's 23. That's what.
Let's see. Missouri's 24 and South Carolina's 23.
Okay, I was curious about that because that's a big number.
And the team's ranked number 22.
Who's that?
The Fighting Cardinals from Louisville.
Oh, they get to go out. They get to go out to California this week.
Going to wine country. 3:30 Louisville, 6-3 at Stanford, 2-7. Their first ever meeting.
First ever.
Yeah. Stanford's lost 6 in a row. So that's good for Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville's 25th in passing in the country, and Stanford's 248th in passing defense. So our
that
boy
bid well for them.
Our boy Shuck could have a big game. Stanford's D is giving up 35 points a game.
Wow. What do you think have you looked and see what the team total in that game is? Like for Louisville?
I have not.
Wow.
That's something to look at.
Yes.
Out there though.
If it's under 40.
So what do you think? Louisville's minus 20 at Stanford.
I like Louisville a lot. I really do. As long as they go out to California on a business trip and not a pleasure trip, I think they'll be fine. I look for Louisville to win by about 24 points.
Yep. Between 24 and 28 for me.
I agree. What time is that ball game?
That's a 3:30 game.
Okay, so early for them.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be good. That way Rocco will get back at a reasonable time on Sunday. He won't be such a grump for the.
He won't be a grump.
I hate it when he gets home late. My goodness, he
won't
is
be a
so
grump this
grumpy
Sunday.
on Sundays.
Let's see. We got Murray State, the 1-9 Racers, are coming into Kroger Stadium to battle the 3-6 Kentucky Wildcats. 1:30 start. That's a good start.
I know
time.
one person that won't be there.
Who's that?
Bing, 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 bing. I got a lot better things to do than watch that game. I will tell you this though, that freshman, Cutter Bowling, I think that's his name.
Cutter Bowley.
Yeah, he's going to start.
Is he
starting quarterback? I think Vandertur's a little banged up, so they're going to give him a little time. And then they need to keep this kid in the program too. I mean, I'm hearing rumors. If he may be looking elsewhere to go play somewhere else, perhaps. So I think this will be, he got thrown into that Florida game, not a whole lot of time to warm up or anything else like that, which is kind of unfair in my opinion. He knows he's going to start this game, so go on out there and, feel good about yourself. Get some confidence.
UK 77th in total defense in the country, 65th in passing defense.
You know what I think we also are? The worst team offensively in the second half of ball games. The worst offensive. There's nobody else worse than we are.
I can't remember you all scoring in the second half of a lot.
We don't.
In games.
We don't.
You also don't do it in the first half either.
The only thing we did do was beat Ole Miss. How did we beat Ole Miss?
I don't know. They must have been hungover, drunk.
How did we do that?
I don't. Unbelievable. They obviously didn't get up for you guys.
No. But we are going to go on a little winning streak. We're going to feel good against Murray, come out of there unscathed, healthy. We're going to go down there to Austin.
Let's get through this week first, but I do think UK romps.
Yeah, is there even a number on that game?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Let's look at this week's schedule, though. At noon, we have number 3 Texas, 8-1 at 5-4 Arkansas. Texas is 13.5, 57.5.
I think this game could be interesting.
I think it can too.
I think Arkansas could maybe put up some points on this team. I think it's going to be closer than what people think. I think Texas wins, but think about this. Texas went into Vandy. They only won by about 3 or 4 points. I mean, I know, Vandy might be better than Arkansas. Probably are. Yeah. But Arkansas is going to put up some points. I know Texas is going to put up some points too, but I think maybe I look for it to be around 14. I
do too. Actually, I got Texas by 13. So let's hope not, because we still need them to lose one to win our under Texas.
Yes, please. Kentucky's going to do it. Kentucky's going to do it.
Shit.
Jimbo's going to rush the field. No, I'm not going to be there.
All right. Also at noon, we got number 17. Can we talk ACC football? Are we allowed to? Is that okay?
If you want to.
Number 17, Clemson, 7-2. Is at Pitt, 7-2. Let's see. Clemson is 10-54. It's an interesting game. Pitt lost last week.
Yeah.
Virginia, and they lost to SMU the week before.
Pittsburgh's ranked higher than Clemson.
I don't think Pittsburgh's ranked this week.
Where did I get these rankings from? I got them off DraftKings.
Probably from they were probably last week. Pitt was ranked.
Man, DraftKings needs to update their shit.
I think Pitt's going to cover. I like Clemson by 7.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Pitt's going to come out inspired football.
Well, Pitt knows if they lose this, they're done. Like they have no shot of making the ACC championship.
I hope not, because nobody's going to watch that game if Pittsburgh's in the ACC championship.
You're probably right.
Cards still have a chance.
Slim, but they do have a chance.
They got to beat Kentucky first.
A lot of stuff's got to happen. 3:30, we got a big bad SEC matchup.
Oh baby,
number 21 LSU 6-3 at 4-5 Florida. LSU is 4-55. That seems a little low,
buddy. That seems real low. Florida just got shellacked.
Well, LSU did too.
I know. I don't think LSU's that good. I didn't think they were last. The only reason I even liked them last week because they were playing at home at night. But my God, that didn't even help.
Oh, they got killed.
Bama's starting to catch their stride. Better watch out there.
I like LSU to win by 7.
I got a lean here.
Okay. Tell me.
Taking the Florida Gators because I think my first intuition was like LSU's going to kill Florida. But then I got to look at it. I'm like, why is that number so low? Florida will come out inspired at home. I think Florida's going to beat LSU straight up.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a lean there.
God, Brian Kelly will get run out of town if that were to happen, which would be great to me. 4:15, we got another big SEC matchup. Number 24, Missouri 7-2 at number 23, South Carolina 6-3. South Carolina's 12-44.5. This is almost a lean for me.
This is a lean for me.
I'm not so
Which
sure.
way you leaning?
I love Missouri, but I don't.
You do?
Oh, love them.
See, I think South Carolina's just playing.
But I don't think they're gonna. Their quarterback's hurt, and we'll talk about my leans from last week because I got a bad beat on that. But so I'm not gonna make him a lean. But the Missouri's quarterback does play. I love Missouri. I like South Carolina only by 1.
See, I think I like South Carolina win by at least 6 or 7. Their defensive front is really good, and the offense is starting to play. I mean, they put up 24 last week against Vandy, which wasn't bad. So
they are good, and they got a young defense. Those defensive ends gave UK a bunch.
Yeah, they're good. I'm not taking anything away. I just think South Carolina started to play pretty good. I think Mizzou is kind of trending downward, but we'll find out. It'll be a good ball game.
They got lucky against Oklahoma last week. Missouri did. Let's see, 7:30, probably the game of the week. We got number 6 Tennessee, who's 8-1, at number 11 Georgia, who's 7-2. Georgia's 8.5-point favorite, 48.5. If Georgia loses this game, are they out?
This will be their 3rd loss. It's hard to, yeah. I mean, you can't lose to Tennessee at home, but it's hard to leave them. I mean, I don't know, man. You know my feeling. I mean, I still think.
You think the whole playoff should be all SEC teams?
Well, I mean,
and maybe
by
Ohio
the
State
end of it, it will be. It'll be pretty much all. The Final Four will probably all be SEC teams.
No way.
No, but I will say.
I'll bet you on that.
I will say 3 of them probably will be though. If I had to say right now, I would say we don't know how it's going to all stack up, but
right.
If you had to ask me right now, I'd say Georgia, Alabama, and Ole Miss will probably be really tough outs.
What about Texas?
Oh, yeah, I forgot they're in the SEC now. Yeah. So, yeah, we might have all 4.
Yeah. God, I hope not.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll never hear the end of it.
No, you won't.
I like Tennessee to cover. I like Georgia by 4.
Can we do this? Let me ask you this.
All right.
If by some chance there's 4 SEC teams in the Final Four of the football this year,
okay,
can we fly an SEC flag at Kearns?
No. I do like.
It is a try.
We do like the SEC at Kearns, though. It's on all the time, but we're not flying any flags.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask.
At 7:30, we got number 1 Oregon at Wisconsin, 5-4. 14.5. Oregon is favored by 52.5. It's never easy to go into Wisconsin.
No, I was gonna say that's
never easy.
That when I was looking at the games earlier, that one kind of slipped by me. What'd you say the spot was on it?
14.5.
Man, I know Oregon hadn't done anything wrong this year, and Wisconsin's not quite as good as they are.
No, I don't think Wisconsin can score as much as Oregon.
But they got a hell of a coach up there.
Yeah, they do.
You know, and they'll be fired up. I don't really have an opinion either way, but I'd probably think Wisconsin could maybe pull something out and stay within 14.
They haven't had that many close games. Oregon, they had Ohio State. They got a little lucky in, but every team always goes. There's a couple games a year that are always a lot tougher than they look. This might be one of them.
Yep, you're exactly right.
I do have Oregon to cover that game though. And then 10-15, I just wanted your opinion on this because this is the weirdest spread ever.
I can't believe it.
We got 3-6 Kansas at number 7 BYU, who is undefeated. BYU is -3. 3 at home.
You talk about a team that gets no respect. They don't get any respect from me either. However, they're starting to get a little respect from me. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, they're barely winning, but they're winning.
They're winning.
I mean, so I don't think they stubbed their toe here, but it looks like there could be a good chance. I think, if you remember correctly, Kansas was supposed to be really good in this conference this year, and
they beat up on Iowa State last week at Iowa State.
Kansas kind of reminds me of Kentucky in the SEC this year. You were supposed to be a lot better than you are. You're playing. Your record doesn't indicate it, and this is one of these games. If BYU don't bring it, but they have all year, Kansas could get it.
BYU versus UK neutral field. Go.
Kentucky all day long.
Does UK win the Big 12 in football this year?
They would be up there. I'm not this year. I wouldn't say this year just because our offense is so bad. But if we were year in and year out, if we're playing in the Big 12, we're definitely.
I want to do a show.
We're definitely in the top 3.
I want to do a show where I just sit here and name teams off, and you say yes or no if UK can beat them.
I would love it. That'd be so fun.
I can't wait till people watch this.
That'd be
this
so
is
fun.
Be so great.
It'd be so fun.
All right, couple quick stats. This is important, very important. 3 out of the current top 5 teams in the country, and yes, IU's ranked number 5. Texas is another one, and Penn State. No wins versus ranked teams. 3 out of the top 5 teams in the country have no wins versus ranked teams.
Okay, so who is that again? IU,
Penn State, and Texas. Big bad Texas in the SEC. No wins versus the top 25.
Huh.
Another note.
Hold on. Texas beat Georgia.
Texas beat Georgia?
Texas beat Georgia.
Georgia beat Texas, didn't they?
They did. Georgia smoked Texas.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yes. That was their loss. Yeah, so whenever Texas plays somebody good, maybe they're going to lose.
Hopefully.
Oh, please.
All right, and then here's another one. Number 9, Alabama, has more wins than the current top 5 has combined. 3 that are ranked.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you laying it down.
Something to think about. All you IU fans, something to think about. Because after this week, you're going to Columbus to play Ohio State.
I am on that IU train, baby. I am on that IU train.
All right, let's talk leans. I went 2-1 last week. I lost the damn Iowa game because I didn't know. I mean, they had a 5th-string quarterback playing who 2 weeks before was the scout team linebacker. And this guy is playing against UCLA.
And you're picking him.
I'm picking him. I didn't know, obviously I didn't know the situation or I wouldn't have taken that. Of course, I win my other ones.
In your defense, we do film this on a Monday. So
it's
a lot of things can happen between now and then. You know what I'm saying?
But I gave you my other 2. I mean, they were walks in the park.
They were, and I thank you. I played them too.
Yeah.
Oh, I love your off the wall games. They're great.
How'd you do in your leans last week?
Last week I went 1-1. I had Georgia who got beat outright against Ole Miss, and I took the under in the Vandy game.
Who you got this week?
Well, let's go to Bro Dog real quick because last week we didn't even give him a chance.
Yeah,
How would you have done last week, Bro Dog?
Would have went 2-2.
Okay, so you'd have pushed out. No big deal.
But I had one that I really liked.
Oh, did it win?
Yeah.
Who
the
was
North
that?
Texas under.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
North Texas and Army.
You were bragging about that. Who you like this week, big dog?
I like Texas minus 13.5 at Arkansas.
Okay.
North Texas and UTSA under 72.5.
Oh, here we go. And I'll tell you what. In his defense, he was doing a little research on this North Texas team too. So
72.5. That's just insane though.
Yep.
And then Missouri catching 11.5 for South Carolina. I feel like that's just too many points.
Too many points. You could be right. Thank you for that insight, bro dog. I've got four leans in the college this week.
Okay.
Ohio State is going on the road to Northwestern. I know Northwestern is awful. Okay? But they're catching 30 points. And Ohio State knows I use on a bye this week, so they're not going to lose. Ohio State, all they're going to be talking about is Ohio State, Indiana the following week. Game day's probably going to be there. They could care less about being in Evanston. Okay. They might be at Penny Pitcher night the night before. They can win that game so easy. However, I think Northwestern's going to stay within that 30 points. So I'm leaning Northwestern catching 30. I also like the Florida Gators, chop, 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 plus the 4 at home against LSU. I'm leaning South Carolina, minus that big number of 12. Disagreeing with Bro Dog. I think South Carolina rolls that game. And then Georgia, I think, will manhandle Tennessee, expose them. I think something's going on with Tennessee's quarterback, and if he doesn't play, they'll really get rolled up. So Georgia minus 8.5.
All right, I got 2 this week, and I'm going to run them back. I'm going Liberty again, minus 14 versus UMass. UMass is shit.
Terrible.
Liberty must have been hurt because they're like 2-6 against the spread. They won last week in the dog walk. They are going to beat the dog shit out of UMass.
Liberty.
And then, again, I'm taking James Madison. I'm staying hot.
Roll with him, man.
Minus 3.5 versus ODU. Take those 2.
I looked at that
win
game.
Money.
Yeah, I looked at that game. ODU is – they could maybe –
They're all right. James Madison is –
But you're right. Oh, UMass is
Terrible.
Terrible.
All right. Anything else you got for us?
Man, I've got some
NFL.
NFL, yeah. I last week I didn't particularly like the card too much. Big fan of the card this week though. I look to make some good money here.
Okay.
So I've got 3 lanes. I've got Washington, the Commanders. I think, like I said, the divisional rivalry. We talked about that earlier. Plus the 3 of Philadelphia. I like the Ravens going on the road. First division game for Pittsburgh. I look for Baltimore to win by about 6 there. Bengals, I look for them to finally get off the schneid on the road here against the LA Chargers team that's been playing really good. I'm taking the Bengals plus 1 there. And I've got one more for you, Clay Dog.
Whoa. Unbuckle time.
Unbuckle time, baby. Get your pins ready. I've already bet this sucker. It's at 2.5 right now. It's probably going to go to 3, so get on it as soon as you can. The Buffalo Bills take down the Kansas City Chiefs. Buffalo finally beats them for the first time this year. Take it to the bank.
God, I hope.
Take it to the bank. What you think about that, Sugar Shane?
All right. Anything else you got for us this week?
That's it, man. Oh, big shout out to Assumption Volleyball.
State champs.
Won the state again.
Congratulations.
Beat Mercy. They were right
Ron.
there. Congratulations to Mercy. I mean, they kind of an average year for Mercy Volleyball, and yet, once again, they figured out a way to get to the state finals.
Ron Cordes, the volleyball goat.
He is.
Unstoppable.
And Mercy tends to always be the bridesmaid, never the bride.
It happens.
But, no, that's about it, man. Yeah. Excited to go to that game tomorrow night.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in this week. Hope you got some good anecdotes right here. And, hey, hit that subscribe button. Tell your buddies. Tell your friends.
Yeah, man. We're all about the people.
That's right. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.